This time, we're going to round to whatever it says here, A, B, and C. But let's get it on the place value chart to help us out. So we're going to round 3.1. Everybody write that down. 3.1. And I'll show you where we're going to write it and how we're going to write it. We're going to do it 3 times. So I personally like to start with the largest place value and work my way backwards. So I want to write tens place here. And I'm going to put 3.1 under it. And then leave enough room to write underneath that. Okay? So did you write what I just wrote?
Mm-hmm.
You're a step ahead of me already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and you put it on the place value chart too?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this says the nearest tens place. Well, there's a 0 in the tens place. Now you've got one on your exit ticket like this. It's doable, okay? So if I have a 0 in the tens place, that means I circle the tens place and I underline the ones place. So 0, 2, 4, circle stays the same. Is 3 on the downside of the roller coaster?
Yes.
So the circle will stay the same. Now flex your muscles like a hero. Digits to the right change to 0. So what does 3.1 round to with the nearest tens place? 0. Now the one that you have on your exit ticket might not round to 0. But I think it might have a 0 in the tens place. Okay? All right, so let's do it again. We're going to go to the nearest tenth this time. So write it where I am and write 3.1. Okay? So what place value am I rounding to? So what digit's in the tens place?
1.
And I circle the 1 and I underline nothing. It's actually a 0, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean the 1 stays the same or add 1 is the game?
Stays the same.
Stays the same. So the 1 stays a 1. Digits to the right change to 0. Do I even need to write that though? No. All the other digits stay the same. You're a winner in the rounding game. So 3.1 rounded to the nearest 10. 10th rounds to 3.1. Yeah. That's the only 2 we're going to do on this one. Let's go down to number 2. Again, we're going to skip the number lines, but I want to make sure we write it on the place value chart. So this says 115.376, and I don't have a hundreds place.
So 15 tens.
How about 11
11
tens?
tens.
Yeah.
And 5 ones.
Good. And then 376. Now, I'm going to write it. We're going to round to the nearest tens place. So I'll write the number down under that. Are you with me?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I want to put 11 tens. I think I want to just pretend there's a box out there. I think that will be easier in the long run. Don't forget your decimal because I forgot mine. Okay, so now I have to change the color of my pen, circle the digit in the tens place. Which is it? The second one. And I'm going to underline the 5. Okay. So 0 to 4, circle stays the same.
5 2
Yes.
to 9. Add
Yes.
on is the game.
Okay, so the 5 tells me to do what?
Add 1.
Add 1. So what do I add? The 5 to the 5 or the 1?
1.
So the 1 becomes a 2. Now this is where kids started really getting confused, okay? Now flex your muscles like a hero. Digits to the right change to 0. Okay? All the other digits, so I'm just going to bring the 1 down. That's why I like to write it underneath of it. So I can just bring them down. So my answer here is 120. Okay? Now let's do the nearest ones place. So this is going to be the ones place. And I'm going to do 115.376. Go ahead and get that written down. Okay. Now, on the ones place, which digit is in the ones place? The 5. So I circle the 5 and underline the 3. How are we doing? Okay. So tell me now, the 3, does it mean to stay the same or add 1 is the game? What number stays the same?
5.
The 5. Now flex your muscles like a hero. Digits to the right change to 0. Don't forget to bring your decimal down. What's the next line in the rap? Someone besides Caitlin. Now flex your muscles like a hero. Digits to the right change to 0. All the other digits stay the same, so just bring them down. You need to do it in the order of the rap, and then you won't get confused. So my answer here is what, boys and girls?
115.
115. I think we'll put the hundredths place down here. Is that okay? All right. And I'm doing the abbreviation. Yeah, hunts. Okay, rewrite the number, 115.376. You notice I'm writing pretty large, so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, now, what digit is in the hundredths place? 7. So I'm going to circle the 7 and underline the 6. Look at the 6 to decide if the 7 stays the same or add 1 is the game. Table 2, what do you think? Okay, so add 1 to which number?
7.
So it becomes 8. Now flex your muscles like a hero. Digits to the right change to 0. What comes next? All the other digits stay the same. So my answer, 115.38. How are we doing? Okay, let's turn the page. We're going to practice one more before the exit ticket. But this one is a doozy.
Are we going to do the word problem?
Possibly. We'll see how we're doing on time. Okay, so this is 994 thousandths. Write that on your place value chart, please. Okay, and we're going to do tens, ones, tenths, hundredths. Put a star by this. This is really going to help you on your exit ticket. So I am not writing it where they want us to, obviously, right? Where should I write this?
On the side.
I think I will write it along the top and then on the side. Good idea. Okay, so the first one I'm going to do is the tenths place. And I'm going to go ahead and write 0.994. And then, do I need to add anything in the tenths place? Probably. What do I need to add?
0.
0. Okay, So I'm going to circle the digit in the tens place. Focus on this one, Adam. It's going to help you on your exit ticket. Okay? And I'm going to underline the digit in the ones place. Okay, so that's a 0. Obviously, we're going to stay the same. What if it would have been a 7, though?
We would have had 1.
We would have added 1 here to make that 0 a 1. Okay, but obviously it's going to stay the same. 0 means stay the same. Now flex your muscles like a hero. Digits change to the right, change to 0. There's no other digits to stay the same, are there? So we don't have to do that line.
So you just gotta put 0.
So 0 is my answer. 0.000 is still 0.
Still 0.
Okay, let's do the ones place now. I'm gonna write it here. 994 thousandths. Okay, I think I'm going to start pulling sticks. Is that okay? We feel like we're about ready for that?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Eileen, help me out here. What digit is in the ones place?
0.
So I'm going to circle 0, and what will I underline? I'm asking Eileen. Good. All right. So Isaac, 9. Does that tell me the circle stays the same, or add 1 is the game? Add 1. So if I add 1 to this 0, what's it going to be?
1.
1. Now flex your muscles like a hero. Digits to the right change to 0. Now how many of you knew that was going to be rounded to 1? Kind of could tell by looking at it, couldn't you? So 994 thousandths rounded to the nearest ones place is 1. Okay? Let's do tenths now. $994 thousandths. Okay, so Sergio, which digit is in the tenths place? There's a 9 in the tenths place right here. So I'm going to circle one of the 9s and underline the other one. And 9 tells me to do what? Adam, what does 9 tell me to do? Add 1. So I'm going to add 1 to this right here. What's 9 plus 1? I'm going to have to write it like this.
1.
Now flex your muscles like a hero. Digits to the right change. Did we get the same answer again?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did. Okay, now the hundredths. I'm going to put it down here with my abbreviation. Right.
Makes no sense.
No sense. Well, unless you're talking about ketchup. Hunt's ketchup. But it's not spelled the same, is it?
No.
Okay, so digit in the hundredths place is 9. And what will I underline? Okay. Oziel. The 4 says to do what? Stay the same or add 1?
Stay the same.
Stay the same. Okay, so good. The 9 stays the same. You ready? Now flex your muscles like a hero. Digits to the right change to 0. What comes next? So to the nearest hundredths place, what do we have here? 99 hundredths. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one more. Maybe 2. We'll see. Okay, it says, for open international competition, the throwing circle in the men's shot put must have a diameter of 2.135 meters. Round this number to the nearest hundredth. Use a number like to show your work. We'll cross that off. Okay? All right, so I'm going to round it to the nearest hundredth. Nothing has changed. I'm going to write the number Okay, so the nearest hundredths place. Who knows what digit? Let me pull a stick. Whoops. Never mind. Never mind. I'll just pick this one that's upside down. Yasmin, which digit is in the hundredths place? What a day, what a day, what a day. Okay, so I'm going to circle the 3 and underline the 5. 5 says to do what, Jesus?
Add 1 to the game.
Add 1. So 3 becomes a, okay. Now flex your muscles like a hero. Digits to the right change to 0. What comes next?
All the other numbers stay the same.
So my answer is
2.14.
good, meters, right? Okay, the next one is really good. So I think we'll go ahead and answer it. Jen's pedometer said she walked 2.549 miles. She rounded her distance to 3 miles. Her brother rounded her distance to 2.5 miles. When they argued about it, their mom said they were both right. Explain how that could be true. Okay, so let's look at this, okay? 2.549. She said it rounded to 3. Write that down. And he said it rounds to 2.5. Mom said they're both right. So what place value did she round to, boys and girls? The ones. She looked at the 5 to say add 1 is the game, right? Okay. So what place value do you think he rounded to? The tenths. So they are both right. Because if I did this one, it would stay the same, right? And if I did this one, it would be add 1, correct? Okay. So how can we answer this using words? Adam, how can we answer this using words? They are both right because? No. I mean, that's true, but they're both right. Morgan, what do you think?
They're both right. They just rounded in different places.
That's right. So I'm just going to put they rounded to different place values. You don't have to write it because I want to move on to the exit ticket, okay?
She wants to move on. No one has to.
So you get to do less work when I'm in a hurry. Okay. So exit ticket. Now you're going to have plenty of room to write this at the bottom. Correct? Okay, so it's the same way we've been doing it. Here's the deal though. Half my class read this number B as tenths.
It's 10.
It's tens. So when 8.546, okay. So when I do it, let's make sure you've got tens place in mind. So I'm going to go back up there because I think I need to add a digit to the tens place, don't I? What digit do I need to add? A 0. So watch, boys and girls. So here I'll need to put a 0 there if I want to get it right. The other place value you're going to round to is the hundredths, and it's 8.546, right? Because I can't see the top right now. Well, why did I write a 7? There we go. Okay, so on this one, what digit is going to be in the hundredths place? What? The 4. And what digit will be in the tens place?
0.
Okay, So all I want you to do, boys and girls, is these two problems, just like we did all the others with the rounding wrap in your mind. Okay? Think you can handle that? All right. This one right here, this first one, we haven't had one like this yet, so be careful. Okay, good job today. Thanks for letting me record.